Millennialaise combines millennials and malaise. There's a lack of enthusiasm for Hillary Clinton among millennials. I can understand it just in terms of her style and various self-inflicted wounds in this campaign and in her post-Secretary of State life. But elections aren't about clicking likes on posts and videos. Every election is touted as the most important ever. But this one may in fact be just that. At least as much as an avoidance of catastrophe, Donald Trump, as an embrace of the positive, Hillary Clinton. Millennials have not exactly embraced Trump, but don't seem to recognize the level of existential threat that he represents. Not just to our nation's values, but to the planet, with his finger in the nuclear button, and his head incapable of and not remotely interested in understanding the complexities of a dangerous world. And by the way, he would reverse even the current paltry efforts to deal with climate change for at least another 4 years, making the window for effective action that much smaller than it is now, with potentially civilization-threatening consequences. Not to be patronizing, but the bright shiny object that millennials seem to be going for is Gary Johnson or maybe Jill Stein. Millennials were too young to be politically aware when a handful of people in Florida put George Bush in office by voting for Ralph Nader. A vote for Johnson or Stein is nothing more than a feel-better vote for Donald Trump. I had thought that Gary Johnson had fully disqualified himself when he showed his ignorance of world affairs by saying, "What's Aleppo?" when asked about it on Morning Joe a few weeks ago. Apparently I was wrong. It really doesn't matter. He will not be elected, and by voting for him, maybe Trump will. I'm at the get off my lawn stage of life, so maybe you can write this off as the rants of an old crank. But millennials need to realize the stakes here and do the right thing. And above all, for the sake of your futures, don't stay at home.